personal relationship, to know the people who are willing to fundraise. Because part of what it allows me to do is to understand who they are and what motivates them. Know whether the mission of the college and all of its multiple varieties is an appropriate stuff for them, or the building of the personal relationship is significant, and then being clear about what the goal of the fundraising is, and believing in it with all of one's heart, soul, and mind.
As dealing with philanthropists, and it's listening. I mean, you never, I say anyone who wants to raise money and anyone who wants to do any sort of sales, you never come in with your pitch, you never come in just espousing your set of values or what you want money for first. You listen first. Their priorities are, what their passions are, because inevitably when you are coming from the same place, whether it's shared values or the very fact that they agreed to sit and talk to you means that they have some interest in your organization or cause, it's important for you to identify from that person why they came to that table with you. And once you identify that, it's much easier to tell your story. People fund stories. People fund things that resonate for them. They don't necessarily fund your nonprofit in a 501c3. When I talk to anybody who's doing fundraising, is to make sure when you sit down for that first time with that donor to hear their story.
The way I've been most successful at getting money is by being honest with people, even when things didn't work out. That people, when I told them that we faced a challenge or there was an unexpected hurdle, or I thought I was going to achieve something and I now know why that didn't happen with your money, and you went back and told them it wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be, people are really willing to work with you on that problem and give you maybe some more money to help. Now you know what to do, as opposed to their thinking is, okay, well I have to make everything look great for this person. They gave us money and they need to know that everything was perfect. It's okay to be honest, and you should be honest even with challenges.
I hired a professional firm, and the firm helped me develop my own techniques. First of all, they told me that your sense of self as you walk in the room is very important to the sell. You have to walk in confident without being cocky or condescending, and at the same time you don't want to be reticent or too humble. You have to be there and believe in what you're doing and trust that you can put it out there. That they taught me was not to be disappointed by rejection. That it's going to happen, and that what you do when somebody rejects you is what's important, not the rejection itself. Many situations are rescuable, and you may be able to get a nice gift that's of a lower nature, but you don't have to walk away empty-handed.
I would say general philosophy, I would say, is as a rabbi, not to raise any funds at all until you've been in the congregation for 8 to 10 years. As associate rabbi, as assistant rabbi, do absolutely nothing. When I was raising money for the capital campaign, I would call, I had lists I called, and generally, very often it was done with a phone call. These are busy people. And I would say, hi Donald, how are you? He'd say, David, how are you doing? I said, I'm fine. I said, I'm rebuilding the third temple right here on 5th Avenue. I would say, can you help me out? That was my phrase. Can you help me out? And then if you were interested in a gift, say, of $100,000 over 5 years, it was a 5-year campaign, you wouldn't say, would you consider a pledge of $100,000? You would say, could you consider a pledge of $20,000 each year for the next 5 years? Language like that.
The most critical piece is understanding that as rabbis, you're a conduit to institutional development. You're a conduit. It's not about you. So that money becomes part of that, because visions and mission and services delivered only happen with money. And people's dreams can come true through money. So, you know, one of the issues would be kind of push self down a little bit and see yourself as an institutional leader. And be genuine and authentic about what the needs are and what's really important. And even though fundraising is really critical, never ever let it get in the way of your relationships with people. And it's about making happen what you said would happen. So if you've done a capital campaign and you're going to have X, Y, and Z be part of it, then X, Y, and Z better be part of it. You better be credible, and you got to be really upfront about what isn't possible and what is possible.
Back to something I learned at HEC, actually years ago, from Schreiselman, and I don't remember the context at all, how it came up. But he taught that asking for money is giving people the opportunity to do a mitzvah. And that you as the rabbi must believe really deeply that the opportunity you're giving them is an important one. And that people are going to give their money, I've since learned that this congregation was slightly not true at this point, but people are going to give their money anyway. The question is to where will they give it? And you have to believe passionately enough that the synagogue is the place where they should be giving it. No.
Surround yourself with people who know how to do this. There are people out there in each congregation who know how to do this. And let them train you and partner with you and push you.